moving on is weird. It's not like how movies or songs make it out to be. There's no clean ending, no dramatic conversation that wraps it all up in a bow. Most of the time, there's not even a moment where you realize it's over. It just slips away. They stop texting first, you stop checking their page, and it's not even intentional. Life just starts filling in the gaps they left behind. But the part that really gets you, it doesn't feel like a choice. You don't wake up and decide, today I'm letting go. It's more like one day, you laugh at something and realize it's been a while since you thought about them. And that realization, it hits hard, because it's not just about them being gone, it's about how easily life replaced them. How your routine adjusted, how you kept moving, even though, for a while, it felt like you couldn't. And the thing is, you still remember everything. Not in some emotional, broken way, just like facts. The way they used to talk, the inside jokes, the late night calls, or even random things that meant everything back then, it's still there, tucked away. But it doesn't pull at you the way it used to. It's like a scar. It healed, but if you press on it, you still feel something. What people don't talk about enough is how that kind of distance really messes with your head. Like someone can be such a huge part of your world and then suddenly nothing. No fallout, no closure, just silence. And somehow that hurts more than a fight ever could, because at least with a fight there's a reason, something to blame, something to get mad at. But when it's just life pulling people apart, you can't point fingers. It's just what happened. And you start overthinking everything. Was it your fault? Did you care more than they did? Were you just holding on to something they let go of ages ago? And those questions don't get answers. They just sit there looping in the back of your head when it's quiet, when you're walking home, and when a random song hits just right. The messed up part is you're not even mad, not really. You just miss what it felt like when things made sense, when that person was around and things felt a lot more full. Not better, just fuller, and now you've got to figure out how to carry that without letting it drag you down. And you try to distract yourself. New friends, new routines, maybe even new people, but nothing hits the same. Not because they were perfect or replaceable or whatever, just because what you had with them was real to you. It was different. Even if it was temporary now, even if they outgrew you or moved on first, it was still there. It was still something you held on to, and eventually, yeah, it fades. The way you thought of them changes. They become this blur in your memory, a phase, a chapter, a version of you that doesn't really exist anymore. That's kind of the point, right? You changed too. Maybe that's why it couldn't last. So you keep going. You let the silence stretch. You stop checking your page. You stop replaying the old moments. Not because they don't matter anymore, but because you matter more. Because holding on to someone who's already gone doesn't bring them back. It just keeps you stuck. And moving on, it's not about forgetting. It's about not needing them to feel okay anymore. It's about building a life they just don't fit into. But not resenting them for that either. Just accepting that not everything is meant to last. And some things are just meant to shape you and pass. And that nothing's really forever. But still, sometimes something brings it all back. You'll be doing something completely unrelated, and boom, a memory. You don't even realize you missed them until it's there, clear as day, and that's okay too. Missing someone doesn't mean you're not over them. It just means they mattered at a part of your life that you miss now. They mattered enough to leave a mark. You start noticing the little ways you've grown without them, how your humor shifted, how your boundaries changed, how you're more careful now, maybe more guarded. And yeah, that sucks, but it also means you learned something. Maybe it taught you what not to tolerate. Maybe it showed you what you actually want. Maybe it served as a reminder to you that even the best things can end and you'll still be standing after. Every now and then you might wish you could go back, not forever, just for a minute, to feel that version of yourself again, to relive those moments, to sit there and just exist, even though you know it's long gone, but you can't. That's the hardest part. Not the missing, not the silence, but the fact that no matter how much you want it, you can't rewind. So instead, you carry it with you. Quietly, respectfully, you let it shape the way you move forward. You let it remind you what it felt like to really care about something, about someone. And maybe next time, you'll be ready to hold it all a little softer. Not out of fear, but because you understand how fragile it all is. And I think that's growth. Not forgetting, not pretending it didn't hurt, just knowing it happened, knowing you felt it all, still being able to move forward.